So today we've got a Volvo V50 with a leaking windscreen. This is a common problem with Volvos. The whole top of the windscreen just completely comes away for the glue. So I push it out for the inside there, you can see that it isn't touching at all, and this is a really bad leak. This is going to run down your A-pillar trims, down the inside, into the electrics, into the ground, makes the car stink. So to get this done properly, you really need to remove and reseal the window, but then there's a risk of the glass breaking, and then the customer's got to pay for a new windscreen. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to strip down the interior and I'm going to back seal the top of the windscreen to stop it leaking. So this eliminates any chance of the windscreen breaking, and it stops the windscreen from leaking so the customer can get back on the road and don't have to worry about costly bills. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to strip this off. Just pop this cover off. And the rear view mirror on the Volvos, and this Volvo is mostly a twist on. Just twist it like that. And then I'm going to pop off the sun visor. So just get your terminal dibber. Like that. And there's a one screw on one side. Do the same on the other side. Now to get these clips off, what I need to do is to get a plastic dibber, push that in there, and just separate that, and that comes out like that. And I'm going to need an 8mm or a 7mm socket to take this one out here. So just get that in here, split it, and it just separates the clip from the bodywork. Pretty sure this is a 7mm. This is an 8mm socket. Pretty sure this is a 7mm. Yeah, it is. Comes away there, we can just leave that hanging, or you can take it right out and disconnect it. Side trims, just pop these side trims off. You just take the A-pillar trims right off, just to give you access to the top corners. We're not going to be bonding down the side here, the sides are fine. What I think the problem is, in the factory when the windscreen's being fitted, to get proper adhesion with the bond onto the glass and the bodywork, you need to have primer on both surfaces before it's fitted. If you don't put primer on either the glass or the bodywork, it will stick initially, but through time it'll just come away. And this is what's happening along the top here. Somehow in the factory it looks like the top of the glass is getting missed. It's probably a robot that does it, and you see when I just push that, the whole windscreen along the top is completely away from the bond. So it's the glass side that's not getting primed. So this is just, it's just not watertight. There's water just pouring there. And this is what I'm going to do today, is once I've stripped it down, I'm going to clean up, dry all this right along the top. I'm going to clean it with white spirits, then I'm going to prime it. I'm just going to run primer all the way along there at the top, and I'm just going to backfill it with urethane bond. And once it's dry, it'll be back to being watertight. First I need to strip all these trims and panels off, just to get access into it. And this just pops straight off, and this is empty. There'll be different strip downs on certain Volvos, but a lot of them are quite similar. You have to figure out how to strip all the panels down. So there's 3 torque screws here, the T25. One, 2, and there's one up here. That just drops down, so that's hanging down nicely. I need to remove these handles. And these are held on by a couple of bolts, 7mm bolts, 7 or 8mm bolts. If you're going to go out and buy a Volvo, I'd make sure that the windscreen's not leaking before you buy it, because it can cause a lot of problems. If it's not under warranty, you've got to pay for it yourself. Exactly what this customer's having to do. They're just wanting the cheapest option, which is this, so it eliminates the windscreen breaking, trying to remove and reseal it. Which I also do as well. Pretty confident I would get it in one piece, but it's not guaranteed. That just pulls straight out, gives me plenty of access now. The reason I'm stripping all this down is it just gives you, to let all this drop down, you could pull that back and go under it, but you don't want to start creasing the head cloth, the head lining. And you definitely don't want any bond on it. You'll never get it off. I've done this quite a few times for customers and I've never had any come back, so it obviously reseals it. So that gives us plenty access to get the glue in now. And I'll show you this again, so you can see the windscreen is, that's crazy. It's really bad, this one. I can actually smell it in the car. The flooring's all wet, it's just that dampness smell. So, white spirit cleaner. Same stuff as I used to fit any bonded window when I'm cleaning up the bodywork or the glass. I'm just going to do the same on this. I'm just going to clean right along this top edge. Making sure that you get it all dried off any dirt. If you find that it's really wet, you could actually get a heat gun or a hairdryer and just get it inside and just run it right along there just to make sure it's completely dry. Yeah, it seems to be fine. So this is just the primer that I use on any bonded window job. So obviously, just be careful not to damage the head cloth, because if you get any bond or primer on it, it's never going to come off. You've got to replace it. It'll cost you a fortune. So just get the primer right up there at the corner and just run a bead right along, as long as you're getting it on the windscreen, right along the top, and a little bit down the side, because we're going to actually put the bond down and maybe an inch or two down the side as well, just to blend it in. If you feel you're not getting the primer right onto the existing bond line, just try and smear it right in so you're getting it on it. You can actually see it. It's black. If you're looking for primer on the inside of it, you won't see it because the primer that's put on in the factory is clear. Whereas the primer that we use has got black dye in it, just so we can see where we're putting it on the glass or the bodywork. So just give that 3 or 4 minutes to dry off. So this is a bit we've got to really take care of. It's just trying to get underneath it. We'll try and get it first time. I'm just going to slowly go in here and just put a nice thick bead. Just take your time. Just be careful not to touch the bond on the head cloth, or we're done in. Just going to adjust it here. I'm going to smear all that in once I've got right along, but I'm just going to get all the glue in first. This is usually the tricky side when the steering wheel's in the way. So I've got to pull it back, and I'll try and get the camera in, but it's going to be quite hard for it to view this. I'll try and adjust myself. just get in this corner. I think that's all the way along. I'm using my Milwaukee M12 caulking gun. You don't have to use a battery operated one, you can use just a hand caulking gun. And I'll leave a link in the description for a tube of urethane that you can use. Just get yourself some standard glass cleaner, your latex gloves, just give them a good soak in. You're basically just going to smear it in like you would silicone around your bath or whatever, around your sink. So I'll just work for this side here. I'm just going to push that glue in, smear it right into the body. And you can see how that just pushes right in. So there's no gaps. Beautiful. You don't have to be too fussy about any overspill because it's hidden anyway, it's just on the bodywork. Just make sure that you've got it smeared in all the way along, there's no gaps. Get rid of the gloves straight away. Now, if need be, you'll just check it, make sure you've got gloves on, and if there's any gaps, you can just put some glass cleaner on your gloves just so the glue doesn't stick to it as much, and you can just basically squirt some glue onto your glove and just smear it in by hand. I think I've got everything. I'm just got to give it a double check. I think I've done this a few times, so I think we're good to go. Yep, just make sure it's smeared all the way along there, no gaps. That's strengthening it up again as well. I'm confident that'll be fine. So just leave it. That's it done. Simple as that. Saves all the hassle having to strip it all down and try and cut the windscreen out without breaking it. And if you've got a different model, if you've got a newer model with a camera on it, if you've got an ADAS camera on it, then even if you're going to remove and reseal it successfully, you need to pay for it to get your camera recalibrated, which can be a couple of £100. So this is a DIY saving yourself money job. All you need to do is back seal it with proper windscreen glue. So you can either leave that for a couple of hours till the glue dries and you can build it all back up again, or you can just build it back up again now, but just make sure that you don't touch the glue with your fingers, because it will end up everywhere. So I'm just going to build it back up, just a reversal. You've seen me how I stripped it down. So hopefully you can give that a go yourself and save yourself some money. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to watch any other videos of me fitting windscreens or anything else to do with windscreen fitting, just click on this video above.